Hey, my friends, thank you for joining me today. I'm Dr. Tony Soldano. I want to talk to you about 6 traits of a winning organization. What is it that identifies teams and organizations, companies, ministries, charities, etc., teams that win? What causes them to be distinct? Number one, every individual takes responsibility for the success of the organization. Every individual takes responsibility for the success of the organization. First and foremost, they speak well. They speak well of you as their leader, and they speak well of the organization. They are incredible advertisements to others, if you will. They have vision. They know their role. They know their responsibility. They have high morale and high work standards because the culture is positive. It's not toxic. It's not lethargic. It's not about gossip and backbiting and backstabbing and all kinds of suspicion. No. It is an organization that everybody speaks well of, and they take responsibility and they take accountability, particularly when things go wrong. Number 2, everyone in your organization should be a recruiter. Now, they may not be working in HR and they may not hire people particularly. That may not be their primary role and responsibility, but everyone should be a recruiter. So if they're speaking well of your company, then they're talking positively about the environment, which means it's an attractional place. People want to come there because they recognize that your people are happy. Your people are excited. It's not something they want to avoid every Monday morning when they're coming to work, but rather there is a passion about them. They want to be there. They get there early. They leave late. And you don't even have to coerce them into doing that because it's a positive morale. And everybody is a recruiter. And part of that is identifying what are their wins. What are the wins of the organization? How do we win in the organization? And so 3 things about the wins. Number 1, the mind, the hands, and the heart. The mind is, how do we think here? How do we think? Number 2, the hands is, what do we do? What do we do? What is our objective? What's our outcome? What's our goals? And the heart is all about, what do we feel? Which now leads me to point number 3. Everyone understands the value of the organization. Another word for that is the core beliefs. What do we believe? And how do we behave? Because how we behave is based on what we believe. These are our core convictions. So all our people understand it, particularly when there are issues, when there are conflicts, when there are things that need to be resolved. How do we behave? How do we behave, and how do we have crucial conversations, particularly when people don't agree and when people are not on the same page? We need to have core values and core convictions that everybody understands, because somewhere they're either written or they have been communicated. We don't make them up as we go along, because if you don't have these core convictions in place, then something else will replace them. Sometimes stronger personalities may actually take the lead, even if they don't have titles per se. We don't want that. We don't want that. So everyone understands these are our core values and our core beliefs. Number 4, transparency. Transparency, integrity, honesty, open conversations where people can air out grievances, where people can air out frustrations, where there is a safe environment, where people can bring ideas to the table that maybe even help with productivity, help with proficiencies, help with effectiveness, even help with the bottom line. I can tell you this, my friends, where there is a lack of communication and transparent and open conversation, productivity usually falls. It usually declines. Why? Because people are now spending their energy talking about things. They are speculating. They are wondering what leadership and management is not telling them. They're waiting for the shoe to drop or some big announcement to come down. And none of that may be true, but the reality is that there is not transparent conversations, particularly when things are going wrong, or maybe the organization is suffering from an income perspective, or maybe our customers are down, or maybe our sales are not there, or attendance may not be there, whatever those key indicators in your organization must be, it is absolutely imperative that we are transparent with our people. Be open, be honest, be direct, allow them to be part of the solution so they're not wasting their time trying to figure things out or creating suspicion about leadership. Number five, this is a big one to me. Every leader and everyone in the organization displays a high work ethic. This needs to start at the top. People need to see that the leader, the CEO, those that are in charge, those that are in key positions, that they work hard, that they are not only working full days, but maybe above full days. And by the way, sometimes some of the work we do is not necessarily at the office. So we need to somehow communicate that we're working even when we are not there. Maybe people need to know where you are. Maybe your schedules need to be transparent, but there needs to be a high work ethic right through the organization, that everybody's pulling their weight, that everybody's doing their part, that somebody's not getting away with something and being paid the same amount or relatively the same amount. Listen, everybody knows the people that don't work. Everybody knows the people that are not doing their fair share. As leaders, you need to make sure that the organization is fair, is consistent, is accountable. We hear this in the sports world all the time. I'm a big sports guy, and people say, well, that individual is talented, but they're not pulling their weight. Or we have people on the team here that are not doing their part. Every individual does their part. Everybody arrives ready to go. I'm not suggesting we don't have off days, but what I am suggesting is people know we work hard here because we're all contributing to the success of the organization. And when people aren't pulling their fair weight, why? Is it a personal issue? Is there something going on at home? Is there something we can help you with? Or if it is just plain laziness, then maybe this is not the organization for you. Maybe you would be happier somewhere else. I'm telling you, when you deal with those people, the morale and the productivity of others goes way, way up. Number six, high levels of celebration. These are traits of winning organizations and teams. High level of celebration. What am I talking about? Anniversaries, tenure, birthdays. Find reasons, whether we've achieved, goals and objectives. Find reasons to celebrate, whether it is food or whether it is gifts, whether someone's been here 5 years or 10 years. It's not just a haphazard thing. It's a cultural thing, but it is something that is identified. So people know, hey, when we reach this is what happens. Maybe it's pizza party. Maybe we go out for Christmas dinner. Whatever it may be, find reasons to celebrate. Find reasons to gather your people and to create that positivity, create that excitement, create that energy where people know, listen, they're not being caught doing something wrong. They're caught doing something right. And when it's like that, we all celebrate. We all get excited. Listen, when someone maybe brings a great idea, say, hey, so-and-so brought this amazing idea. We just want to celebrate. We want to honor this person. When I was, in a secular retail organization, secular retail drug organization, we actually had a program called Catch People Doing Something Right. And it was employee-based, not only from the leaders, employee-based. In other words, your peers would catch you doing something right. It was amazing. Your name would go up on the wall. But listen, it has to be genuine. It has to be real. It just can't be, well, it's the employee of the month and it means nothing. No. It has to be authentic in that people were actually recognized for what they did. Let's recap. These are traits of winning organizations. Number one, everybody takes responsibility for the success of the organization. Number two, everyone is a recruiter. Everyone is an ambassador speaking well of that organization. Number three, everyone understands the value, the core convictions. This is what we stand for of the organization. Number four, we have transparent conversations, open, honest communication with integrity. In other words, we're always telling the truth. Number five, every leader and every individual displays a high work ethic. In other words, everybody works hard. Everybody does their part. Everybody gives it everything they have. They do their best. And then number 6, high levels of celebrations. My friend, I'm telling you, if you will do this as a leader, your organization, your company, your team, your charity, whatever it may be, you will flourish. I guarantee it. I'm Dr. Tony Soldano. Thank you for joining me today.